Hello, welcome back. I'm Tanya from Tanya's Witchy Kitchen, and I don't know what to do with the scarf. Like, do you tie it? Do you loop it? I was never one. I'm not a big person to wear scarves and stuff, but I'm trying to figure out how to wear this since my daughter gave this to me. I mean, it's so pretty. It's such a pretty blue. I'm like, wow, I matched today. Yeah, so I don't know how to wear scarves. I could probably Google it. It is the scarf season. It is getting cold. I don't know. I guess we didn't wear much for scarves when I was a kid. Except for when we were playing outside in the snow, I don't know. But anyway, today, have you pulled your winter clothes out? Do you have winter clothes? I saw this on Facebook and boy, did it fit. It's like there's 3 types of clothing. There's summer clothing, there's winter clothing, and then there's a clothing I swear I'm going to fit into eventually. It's a thing! Like, seriously. I got stuff and I'm just like, I just pass it by. That's a tight, sweatshirt. That's a, but I just don't want to get rid of it. There's no place to shop in our town. I shouldn't say that. There are places to shop, but I'm so super cheap, that I'd really have to absolutely 100% love it for me to buy it. And so there's no basic places to shop. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Anyway, today we are going to do a ghost swirl of a soap, and I will tell you all about it in the video. So 3 things: dream big, be true to you, you are worth it, and let's go check out number 4 of the winter soap collection, Iridescent Snowflake. Okay, and to our soap, Iridescent Snowflake. This is, I call it a ghost swirl because a ghost swirl is where you use different water amounts and the lye is the same in different parts of the soap. So I've got my lye water to the right. There's those 3 containers, and that's the lye water. And then I'm going to mix my kaolin, I think it's just kaolin clay in here, and mix it up really, 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 really well so that I can pour off my oils into the soap. Okay, so it doesn't settle. So the first one, I'm assuming, is my one. So they all have the same amount of lye. Okay, they each have the same amount of lye. It's just the water portion that's different. So one has 3 ounces, one has 4 ounces, and one has 5 ounces. I actually should have did a little more definition. You can see the swirls at the end, but I think a little bit more, like 2.5 and then 4 and 5.5 or something, water ratio probably would have been a little bit better. So you can see the swirls, and then I did a hanger. Maybe I shouldn't have done the hanger, it's all those things. But anyway, yeah, so don't yell at me because I am doing this backwards, where I am pouring the water or the lye into, or no, the oils into the water. Yes, I know it's backwards. Nothing blows up on me. We've been through this before. It's how I used to always soap. But, so this is super chunky. And I was a little worried because it was super chunky. So this must be it has to be the 3. Yep. So there's only 3 ounces of water, and it thickens up really thick. Not to mention this is a stearic added base, but it just looks really slimy, doesn't it? Look at that. And I'm trying to mix the water in. I don't normally have that problem, but whatever. Oh, see? I'm like, forget this. It's not mixing in the way it should. So it's going to be thick. But it would be thick anyway because the water ratio is very small. okay? And just speeding this up a little bit, but just so you can see the chunkiness of it, you know, like it was really strange. I, you know, never really came across something so odd before. Yeah, it looks gelatinous, and not even gelatinous. It looks like, ugh, you know, it looks like other things. But eventually it did smooth out, and maybe it was the fragrance oil just playing games with me. That could be, because I think the fragrance oil was in the original oils itself. So this is the second one, which has 4 ounces of water, and I probably should have wrote down how much water it would have had, like, overall, you know, if you just divided it out. But so this one's gonna have a little bit more water than the first one. Same amount of lye, same amount of oil, same amount of fragrance. Okay, the only difference is the water portion. And as you can see, it's kind of doing the little bit of chunky thing. And, you know, so the more water you add, like, you could have a higher ratio of water, and then you'd have a smoother soap, you know, but you're still going to have one of them that is a little bit thicker and chunkier because of the water. But this one, you can see, is not bad at all. It's nice and creamy, and it's not that the other one wasn't creamy. The other one was just, I don't know, it had a different texture to it. It really did. And, you know, like, see, it was just like, there's something wrong with this. Since I don't soap that low of water, you know, maybe that's what was bugging me about it all. But anyway, this one I did do properly. The lye water went into the oils first, but it was just because that was a bigger bowl. I could have dumped it into that one, but I was just like, whatever. So yeah, this one has a higher ratio of water than all the rest. So this is going to be the most fluid throughout the whole soaping process, even though you can see it does, I swear, like, if I add 5% stearic or whatever to a soap batter, I have to go through the process of this is where I'm at, this is where I am, just keep mixing, and eventually it smooths itself out. I don't get it. Does anybody else have this problem? Is it just me? I swear it's just me, because nobody ever says that. But yeah, that other one is, I don't think it's the fragrance oil doing this. It's really my soap recipe doing this. Okay, like, I promise it is. But it's, especially when I don't take care to do it correctly. But there you go. Those are the 3, okay? There's an ounce of water difference in each one of those, and but everything else is completely the same. That first one is still bugging me. Okay, and I did put that first one into a different bowl because it was just driving me nuts, and I didn't really do anything. I just mixed it up, like, faster than I could when it was in that bowl. But look see, it's still thickening up. It's not, I'm telling you, it's not the fragrance oil. I don't think it was the fragrance oil. I was very unoriginal with the naming of this. I have been lately really lazy about naming the soaps. I kind of just go off of whatever the company's fragrance says it is. You know, I do try and watch and make sure it's not a dupe of something else. If it's a dupe, I will try and rename it, and not always, but just, you know. And for label appeal, if you do that, you know, rename it, but it's actually this dupe of whatever, like Love Spell, you can put on your product, you can say, you know, if you put fragrance notes, you can say, this is a dupe of Love Spell by Victoria's Secret, you know. But anyway, let's look at the soap. As you can see, 1 and 2 are very fluid yet. Very fluid. Sometimes I think, you know, depending on what the soap batter is made out of, like, it does, especially with the extra stearic, you know, there's stearic in there because of the oils, but the extra added stearic, I think sometimes just leaving it set for a little bit does help it rearranged molecules, you know, kind of like cream soap. You know, it sits there and rots slash rusts, you know, so the molecules can, you know, find their best friend and make wonderful soap. No. I can't remember how I say that. It's just, you know, it's rearranging of the molecules to, you know. So you see, it's not rotting, but we're not doing cream soap today, so we're not going to get on that topic. But yeah, I wonder if it wouldn't have turned out better if I hadn't taken a hanger to it. But yeah, this is super thick. This is number 1 that had the least amount of water. And as you can see, I gotta basically, you know, drag it out of the bowl. Where this is number 3, and 3 is still very fluid, very easily maneuvered out of the bowl. But that's just, I mean, that's a ghost swirl. If you want to see a really pretty ghost swirl, go to Tree Marie Soapworks. She has a beautiful ghost swirl on her. I was gonna say her website, but it's not that. It's on it's on YouTube. Beautiful ghost swirl, and they're so pretty when they do them white. So another thing, there's no titanium dioxide in this soap batter. Okay, not a spot of titanium dioxide. No micas, no colorants, nothing. So the end product is what the natural soap batter would look like. Just throwing that out there for you. Now remember, I don't leave my mold like that when I leave it set up, but just for working purposes, it's fine that it looks all slouchy and slobbish and, you know, like it's wearing sweatpants and sitting on the couch. It's fine. Yeah, like I said, maybe I shouldn't have done the hanger swirl. Maybe I'd have more, I can't say defined. There's just a few things would change if I do another ghost swirl down the road. Should do a color one. I haven't done that in a hot minute. Haven't done that. Have I done that at all? No, I did it with the water ratios, and yeah, so yeah, I mean, a really pretty one, color one would be kind of fun. Maybe for wildflowers and bees, I don't know. But it's so funny because you have some of it that's super thick and some of it that's just super thin. So I just decided to do a little swirl on the top with a lot of eco glitter because it needed something. You know, let's be honest, it just needed something. And, you know, clean up the mold and, you know, do all the unfun things, part of soaping. But like I said, you've seen how I put it, you know, the boards together. I've seen people who had like a lot more molds put them together. You know what I mean? Like they have like 8 molds, and so they stack them together, which I thought was cool. This is just the remaining of my sea salt and Snowflake Sparkle mica. Yeah, just a little bit on top. I really don't think it, like the mica stayed, but I don't know. I think the sea salt just absorbed into the mold. But pretty, isn't it? Ignore the mess behind it. Nice solid bar up on top. You could see the little holes. That's just because of the thickness and thinness of, you know, air pockets in the soap. The interesting thing about this that really had me worried when I first started cutting this, and I will point it out again later, but look at around the soap. Look at the edges of the soap. They were kind of this pinky beige color. And the fragrance oil is not supposed to discolor. There is no vanillin. And I was just kind of like, what is that? Why do I have a funky edge around my soap? It looks almost pink. I did not want it pink. I wanted a white soap. But I didn't add titanium dioxide because I didn't want to add titanium dioxide. I just wanted a nice natural soap batter. But yeah, you can see it. So you see the ghost swirls? Do you see them? Yeah, they're pretty. They are pretty. Just, you know, it's like sometimes I think maybe I should have been more defined. Maybe I should have used more water and less water, and, always second guessing myself. Always. And sorry about the mini blinds. I tell you, one of these years, I don't know what that spot was. I don't know. I don't know if it's the fragrance oil and or it got hot. It could have. So this did get popped. We'll put that in quotes because it was on a hot pad for an hour, and then it just sat there, and it was covered, just with saran wrap, and so you know what I'm saying. And he got a little hole. You have to fix him. But yeah, so, and that could be the overall gelling of the soap. Okay? I just thought of that now. It could be because it gelled really well. Went through gel phase. That's a thing. But anyway, here are the fragrance notes to these pretty white bars. Here are the bars. See, there's that gel phase. Here are the bars right after I cut them. And here are the bars once they are totally cured. A beautiful creamy white without titanium dioxide. But anyway, I hope you had a good time. Thank you for dropping by, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.